Hi everyone, today we're going to take the Saucony Triumph 20 out for a run in beautiful Park City. First we're going to give you all the details and then I'm going to give you my impressions from the run and some comparisons, so please stay tuned. Today we're going to take the Saucony Triumph 20 out for a first run. This is a very significant update to Saucony's neutral trainer. Not only do we lose 13 grams to come in at about 9.44 ounces, 267 grams in my US 8.5, but we gain 4.5 millimeters more of heel stack height and 2.5 millimeters more of forefoot stack of what Saucony's calling a lighter PWRRUN Plus TPU expanded bead foam. So we get more stack, we get lighter weight, and we get also a higher drop. We are now at a 10 millimeter drop shoe. I never really got along that well with the Triumph and the Triumph ISOs before. I found them ponderous and kind of flat. With the additional drop and this new outrigger geometry, which we're seeing more and more of in different shoes, I'm very optimistic we're going to have a really nice ride here. Saucony has also slimmed down, if you will, the outsole. Coverage, I don't think it's going to affect durability. It's just less massive in coverage. The upper, I'm going to try them on and tell you how they fit, as I usually do. Mirrors what we're seeing in a lot of the Saucony shoes with the strap here, things we see in the Ride and some of the trail shoes. It's an engineered mesh, nicely padded tongue, and we'll see how they fit. They'll also come in wide if you need them. So, gonna take them out here for a run in beautiful sunny Park City and tell you how it all goes. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're at the playing fields near the schools in Park City, and my friend, I guess, is bringing me the ball. Well, the fit here of our Triumph 20. So I am at my usual 8.5, true to size. And as with all the Sauconys this year, they're making no compromises on hold and fit. The webbing straps really lock down the foot, plus you have a gusset tongue. I wish other brands would really focus on a secure hold. It is not what I would call an easy hold. It's very secure, quite snug over the instep, but just what you want in a trainer. Of course, they're also available in wide if you need it. So Saucony really doesn't compromise in terms of fit. You're either regular or you're wide. They don't really kind of go in between as some brands do with kind of loose fits in the regular size. Plenty of toe box room. This is a fairly dense mesh, very well held up front. Notice the heel counter also very well held, a bit on the snug side, again very, very secure, totally appropriate for a trainer. I'm going to keep running, but I'm already noticing the higher drop. The new PWRRUN foam seems maybe a touch more responsive. It's certainly lighter. The higher drop is getting me forward. It is no longer ponderous like the earlier ones did. I really didn't care much for them. So I'm going to keep going. I'll also compare it to the Shift 3 a little later. Riding along the Union Pacific Rail Trail here, 26 miles to Echo Junction. And I'm not going that far. Nice bouncy ride here. Good response despite the softness from the outsole up front. Nice, very nice, stable landing, forgiving to the 10 millimeter drop. It's really noticed here in pitching you forward past the midfoot, given how soft the midsole is. So down the rail trail a bit further, let's talk about what the first impressions of the ride are. Well, the rear outrigger gives a very stable landing that's soft and forgiving, but very stable. There's definitely a sense of being directed forward. It's not flat feeling at midfoot, as I found prior Triumph to be. There's a nice smooth flow forward. And then we have a flexible toe off with the outsole providing enough response. It's not super snappy, but it's very forgiving. The cushioning all around, and especially at the forefoot, is very forgiving. Doesn't have the yet more cushion of, for example, the Shift 3, the 4mm drop shoe with about the same heel height, but there's a bit more of a agile as opposed to rocker feel here. Let me show you the flex already, just a few miles in. You can see this is a flexible shoe. In terms of the fit and the upper, definitely more on the performance side than the total comfort side. I'm true to size, no question about it. Very, very well held. But this is not sort of one of those overly plush uppers. It's just very secure, keeps me well aligned on this soft, bouncy platform, which is really important because otherwise I think things would get sloppy. So they certainly have a quicker, more agile toe-off feel. If soft, the rubber and the drop, I think, gives them some snap. If you thought the Triumph 19 and the earlier ones, even heavier, were kind of ponderous and flat as I did, you are not going to find the same here. The additional drop, the new geometry, the new PWRRUN Plus, the lighter weight, the additional stack really give the shoe a similar but new personality. Still soft, bouncy, very well cushioned, but now lighter, more agile in feel. All in all, I'm going to keep going, but all in all, a distinct improvement for me for Saucony's big shoe, and well under 10 ounces, so the weight is there too. We've got that 37-27 stack height. We've got a 10mm drop instead of the earlier 8, with added cushion and lighter weight. So really a strong daily trainer of the more cushioned variety. Maybe not your super fast interval shoe, but at the weight and the cushion, certainly a great long run shoe, daily trainer. And if you just want a lot of stable, very soft and bouncy cushion that isn't sloppy. Another close comparison here for me is the Craft Pro Endure, which has a PWRRRUN midsole. It has a similar feel, maybe a little springier. The upper here is more secure. The Craft is maybe a bit more exciting, a bit less soft, but kind of very similar. Okay, back from the first run, and it was a fine one. So this is a soft, bouncy shoe where the softness doesn't get out of control. As we said, it's light, very light, really. 9.44 ounces, 267 grams in my US 8.5 with that big 37-27 stack height, and 13 grams lighter than the last version with 4.5 more at the heel and 2.5 more at the forefoot. So this is a lot of shoe at a very light weight. The foam reminds me, the PWRRRUN Plus, the new version, reminds me a lot of Boost, Adidas Boost, but here much lighter. If you think about something like the Ultra Boost, which weighs more than 2 ounces more for about the same stack height, maybe on a little bit wider platform, but this is plenty wide enough platform. One of the things I noticed, or a couple things I noticed, is the geometry provides some soft stability. There's no posts, no plastics here, and if you really need that, go over to the Guide 15 or even the Tempest. But there is some stability, and there's a sensation of this on the downhills of this heel really kind of stabilizing you and bouncing you forward very stably through here to the forefoot, which is flexible. So this is not kind of a snappy, responsive forefoot. It's a more flexible, soft, bouncy one, but it has decent agility for such a big stack of 27. Give them the flex. You can see there's a long, easy flex here. So really, what am I seeing this shoe for? Well, in the old days, the Triumph was really kind of a lumbering giant. I really couldn't do much in them, maybe a few recovery runs. They were ponderous, they were flat. Here, now that we're well below 10 ounces in a US 9, and we have this new lively PWRRRUN, if you like a heavily cushioned daily trainer for all but maybe your intervals, this is a great choice. If you like just lots of soft, bouncy, cushion feel with a teeny touch of stability, no sloppiness, also a good choice. I think it would be a very good choice For a neutral runner, beginner, heavier runners, it's certainly a great choice for your long runs because it's so well cushioned and that bounce. You won't find it to be kind of the responsive kind of rocker ride of, say, the Shift 3 or the kind of more directed arrow-like agile kind of feel of Saucony's Tempest. It's more in their lineup as sort of the easy run recovery shoe in their spectrum. Of course, it isn't like a Speed 3 with a nylon plate. There are no plates here. So it's quite distinguished really from the Shift 3 in being in having a flexible profile, kind of a softer, bouncier foam versus the more responsive Power Run. And of course, we got to compare it to Saucony's other neutral trainer, the Ride 15, which has 2 millimeters less at the heel, same forefoot stack. It's about an ounce lighter, not quite as bouncy, not quite as lively, but kind of lighter in feel overall. Both shoes share very similar uppers and fits. It's really a very, very good choice. It's $160 and it's available now. Our full multi-tester review is coming to our site, RoadTrailRun.com. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great run.